Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's just awesome that you're tuning in. So in today's video we are going to focus on these 1-up. Yeah, the better said, this is the 1-up and the nameless clone 1-up Game Boy Pi, Game Boy Classic or transparent version. I have really no clue how to call this thing. Let's put it this way, both are based on the Raspberry Pi. If you're interested in the Raspberry Pi, yeah, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, and not because of the performance, because yeah, they are both Raspberry Pi 3B+, so basically they're just having the same power. But what you can already see is that we're having different, let's say, some minor differences. To begin with, as you can see with this version, it doesn't even have a D-pad at all. It has 4 buttons. I don't know why they are still doing this. It doesn't even matter, as you can see, with an expensive €150 Pi-based handheld, or we're having this basic X16 or $50. It's just weird they're always choosing this way to make a D-pad or a kind of a D-pad. We're having the analog stick that is more like similar of the PS Vita, and it has a very nice display that we're going to take a closer look at it later. Here we have a very nice D-pad. It's for personally on the perfect position. Here, this is the best position for a D-pad if it comes to a model like this. It also includes a little analog stick. It's quite poor. It's a different design, as you can see, more like the PSP. It's for, I don't like them either. I don't like both of them, to be honest. But the position of the D-pad, that tickles my wicked mojo. So if it comes to the audio, you can already see some differences. So let's talk about that. You can see that this thing has only one little speaker. It's not that loud and there's a lot of interference, and here we're having 2 of these little speakers. They are quite loud, there is no bass, and they are such a pain to hear. Seriously, they are very loud and they are very high if it comes to the sound quality. So both of them are a little bit of an... So when it comes to the connections, they basically did the same thing, but they did it a little bit differently, and that's fun to show you here. So as you can see here at the top version, this is the 1-up. They put this cable, or it's more like a part of an USB cable, and the wire goes all the way to the PCB over there, or the controls. But with this version, they did a little bit differently. As you can see, with the plastic, you can't use this port over here, but as you turn it around, you can see they soldered straight through the USB connection. Quite unique, I have never seen this before, but as you can see, it goes over there. And as you can see, there are also all separate connections over there that is going to the PCB that is basically for the controls. At the top we can find both of the systems in little HDMI. This one is sticking out a little bit. I don't know if this is very convenient. On and off switch are over here. This is the push on and off switch, and this is the one that slides to the side. Having the charging, the Type-C, an audio out or a headphone out, and we have the volume control. And that is something that you're missing out with this version, a volume control. Yeah, because it's on a different position. But beside that point, if you look at this, the fan is over here, and this thing sounds like a freaking vacuum cleaner. It's awful. And this thing also has a vacuum cleaner inside, but it is inside over there. Let's power it on. And let's make some noise. So the first thing that I noticed with both systems is this thing is running on the recoil box. That is something I don't see very often with the Pi system from China. And this one is running on the RetroPie or the emulation station. If you look at the displays, they're pretty awful, or this one is pretty awful. As you can see, the view angle is very poor, and that is something is a little bit of a downside. What I do like is that there is something over, like a protection over the display itself, compared with this version that you basically can touch the display itself and you can damage it very easily. Loading times are very long, as you can see, compared with the recoil box. So funny, some minor differences are here. But what is, I think, a big epic fail of the right version over here, because I like the controls, but the fan is interfering so much that you can hear it from the speaker itself. So if you look at the display, it's way better with the 1-up version. So basically what they needed to do is remove the stupid fan that makes a lot of noise and interference. The speaker of this thing is not that really bad, but we need to have the display in this one. So let's talk about the battery very quickly. As you can see already of the measurements, that the fake 1UP has a very huge battery inside, and it will give you a little bit more playtime at the end. And the funny thing is that gives the weight of the device, because yeah, it's fully made of plastic. It's not a DIY, so don't get me wrong. It's just in case that this is just a ready to go device that you buy from China. But yeah, what can we conclude out of this comparison? Raspberry Pi based handhelds. Keep in mind that you need to have some knowledge of Raspberry Pi. If you need to change something out, you want to add games, it's not really convenient and very easy, like plug and play, drag and drop with some of these very cheap handhelds. The 1UP, it's not really comfortable because of the sharp edges compared with the fake version. But the display is pretty awful on the other version, and that is something that I think that has ruined your personal experience if it comes to the games. Pi-based systems, to be honest, I like what it is, but I'm not the biggest fan because we're having so much options out there nowadays. Just wanted to do this quick comparison with the 1UP and the fake version. So if you're interested in the full review, I did make some separate reviews about both systems. If you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comments. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, and I will see you in the next video.